Hi everyone, this is my video about Panzershreck in New Zealand. It's a small tournament that's going on in New Zealand. By the way, if you want me to cover your tournaments, my email will be in the description. Send me what you got. Hopefully I'll also have time to dig into some of the builds that we're seeing for Operation Panzershreck here. And I mean, like, show you like the most interesting fall lists or something. So the tournament is 2 days, and it is on the 5th and 6th of July, so next weekend. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I'm just trying to get my PowerPoint up for you guys. Here we go. So, here we go. So, the META of Panzershreck New Zealand 2025. The event itself is 1250 points. You can use the Army Reserve books, you can use the rule book, and you can use the PDFs. There are 5 games, and it's a good spread of rulebook games with, breakthroughs, seek and destroy, key positions, all the good stuff. And there's a special prize for the most armor kills, so whoever does the Panzershreck thing. There's a 14 order dice cap on the tournament, so that means that I'm expecting to see a lot of Death Star builds at 14 order dice, 1250 points. That is a lot of points you have in your inventory, but at the same time, yeah, people might go for the armor kills for the special prize, but there'll still be people going there to just win the tournament. So we shall see how that plays out. And if we look at what nation people are bringing, a lot of people are bringing Germany. So there are 9 out of 16 German players, and there's only 3 American lists, 2 British lists, and 1 each of Japan and Italy. No minor nations. Germany is clearly the one to go with if you want to run armor Death Star builds. The order dice range. The order dice range goes from 10 to 14. Most people are taking 12. A little lower than I would have expected. For me, if I was going to such a tournament here, I would definitely go with 14, just because that is the most optimized. But it does create a nice little bell curve in the middle of the range here, which is basically what we always expect to have happen. On average, the average is 11.8, so a little below, because as you can see, there's a one less person bringing 13 order dice than the rest, basically. So what is the meta? Well, if we look at what people are taking, 7 out of 16 players, so almost half, are taking 2 armor choices. So they're low on armor, which means that they're not giving away armor points to their opponents, which is clever. And at the same time, because they are typically taking Death Stars, heavy tanks, they are very likely to maybe get that 1 or 2 kills on the opponent's tanks, depending on what they're facing, of course. So a lot of people are going for the Panzershreck award here. There are 0 engineer platoons, 0 recce platoons. Again, we're not seeing people take these platoons. I'm not sure why Warlord made them, because they're not competitive. There is 1 air observer and 2 artillery observers. One of them bringing the British artillery observer just before the armies of Great Britain comes out and nerfs that artillery observer to oblivion. One final hurrah for that. And there's only 1 company commander. Very, very low for what we might be able to expect in all the tournaments. And there are some snipers. All of that for me says that there's a bunch of people going here that are theme first and fun first and not meta first, which, is very nice for such an event that has this thematic twist to it. The meta itself is Death Stars are everywhere. Everyone is taking 1, 2, sometimes more than that in medium or heavy tanks. There are quite a few Panzer Aces as well in there, so veteran tanks. There's even like a veteran Tiger in there. And there's also a bunch of tank hunter vehicles, so lighter tanks with a heavy gun on them to hunt those heavy tanks. There are very few darker tanks, machine gun tanks, or autocannon tanks. These do not stand up in a meta where everyone else is bringing heavy tanks to hunt down your darker tanks, and infantry is sort of an afterthought. Regulars, camping or horde is a thing. There's a lot of people bringing regulars here, so again, that says to me that it is a themed event where people are going with that theme. We are seeing very few of the top builds right now, so we see 1 mechanized build, 1 cavalry build, and 1 multiple launch rockets. There's even like only 1 multi-rocket launcher in total, which, yeah, that is maybe not surprising after the recent nerf, but they're still good. So what are my predictions? I think that we will see the winner in one of these 5 players. Mitchell, 14 order dice, Germans, with Fausts on most of his infantry. There's a good mix of infantry, and he has a Death Star and a bunch of lighter panzers. Nick, 14 order dice also, with Italian cavalry and tank hunters, so his vehicles all have heavier guns than they themselves are. They're fairly light vehicles. And he has a mix of different tank hunters to go after different targets. Craig has 13 order dice, and it is basically a German camping list with a company commander and a bunch of light panzers. This is a list that would normally do really well in tournaments. Whether it stands up to this slightly altered meta, we shall see. But normally that would really work, because the company commander can make the panzers all snap to in one go. Then we have Aiden, 14 order dice, British, double Death Star, regular horde, and artillery observer. Also really a nice build. And then Simon, 12 order dice, German, double Death Star, Panzerfausts, and then bombardment in the form of 1 multi-rocket launcher, a Nebelwerfer, and 2 mortars with spotters. I think one of these guys will win the tournament. So thank you so much, John Fletcher, and good luck to everyone going. Here you can see the very nice Panzershreck trophy. That is, of course, what everyone is aiming for. And also the best painted trophy. Good luck to everyone going this weekend, and I will get back to you with a couple of the more interesting lists. That's it from me. See you next time. Cheers.